This woman's butt is completely out. Like, why are you trying so hard to pull your dress down? If she didn't have her hand down there pulling it down, oh my goodness. Why didn't she just get someone to, first of all, put some clothes on before you leave the house? And secondly, you could have gotten someone to help you get that from the top shelf. Wow. And the post is, women, stop this. You're not fooling anyone but yourself. Stop wearing short and revealing clothes and then pull them down when in public. This is a sign of idiocy. And this trend of kukunama for attention is outdated. You can see from how the half-naked photos you post are ignored. Welcome back, warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Today, I've got some Candace Owens, and she's talking about the fact that women are perverts. Before we get into it, don't forget, you got to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Now, let's get into it.
Women are nasty now. Something I've noticed. I want to just say this right at the top of 2024. We have become the perverts. In fact, what's even more ironic is that as we point the finger and pretend that men are the perverts, Me Too error, time's up. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. It is so clearly evident everywhere that you look in society that it's actually us. We have become the sexual aggressors. Now, before I get into that, I want to point to this article. It is old. It was published in 2016. The author's name is Amy Otto. And she wrote, men did greater things when it was harder to see boobs. I totally agree with that statement. Don't even have to think hard about it. She writes, giving sex for free destroyed men's motivation. Men used to marry younger and in larger numbers to lock down their very own real life woman. But now, in a bizarre gambit to gain equality, women gave away a ton of the power that they had accumulated in society. They held the majority of the cards in sexual relationships and, facing a royal flush, decided to fold. Women used to set the cultural standards and the parameters for intimate activity. Now, often the guys wield more power over sex, and the girls are working way too hard, way too soon, with no reciprocity.
You know what? I got to comment on that, with no reciprocity. So I see a lot of women who are of age. They're 35 and up, and some of them don't even have a boyfriend, but the ones that do, they are in a relationship with a man that they've been dating for years, and he is not in any kind of a rush to make her his wife. I've seen this number of times. I see it all the time, actually. And I know I live in Georgia, as you all know, but I do not live in Atlanta. But in Atlanta, there is like a lot of women going after men who they know are married, or who they know aren't the best types of guys. And they'll take it. They'll do whatever. They'll take whatever that guy's dishing out, no matter how crappy it is, just to have a man, rather than not to have any man at all. And I do see women trying very hard, very thirsty. They're buying their boobs, they're buying their Brazilian butt lifts, and they're doing all these things. They have the eyelashes that are going out like this, waving at you, trying so hard, with weave down to their knees. And they are just one of many. And the men are just having a great time. It's like a buffet. Yeah, it's like a female buffet for the men. And they don't feel any need to marry, because these women are doing whatever they want, whenever they want. And these women can be very, very nasty. So I have seen this firsthand, and it is quite gross.
More widely available hookups have made men less likely to commit. Let's explore that, because as I said, it is true. This is the long result of the women's movement, the feminist movement, the second wave that took place in the 1970s, where suddenly you had a bunch of cultural leaders like Gloria Steinem, writers like Helene Crixus, who were suddenly telling women that domesticity was wrong, that they needed to pursue their sexual freedom. Now the results of it are abundant. Every time I open the internet, I am actually shocked. I'm going to take you through a few things that I saw while I was on maternity leave, and I just went, what is happening? What is this woman doing? This is not a woman that is free. She is a pervert. If a man did this, he'd probably be put into prison. But because she's a woman, people are pretending that this is okay. Take this one example. This is a social media influencer. Her name is Natalie Reynolds. And she decided one day, she woke up and said, I am just going to paint my body like leggings and wear them to the gym. I'm serious. She was butt naked and decided to paint blue onto herself and go to the gym to see how men would react. And it turns out that men did not think it was cute or it was funny. Take a listen.
If you don't have clothes on, you need to be out of here, man. I do have clothes on.
Go closer.
How's your body? That is fine. I work in the industry enough to know. I work in the entertainment field.
He's saying you need to leave. He's not.
No, report you. Report me. Cool. I mean, she's covered. So.
Yeah, she's covered.
She's covered. So we're not supposed to videotape.
Now, why would Natalie do that? Why would any individual, I actually want you to flip your brain, if a man said, I'm going to go to a gym where there's a bunch of women and I'm just going to paint my nether regions blue. And then I'm going to get closer to a person and get close and say, oh, no. Oh, what's the problem here? You would call the police. Because she's a woman, somehow she thought this would be funny. I don't know. She offered this apology on Twitter, really kind of a non-apology on Twitter. She wrote, I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I am simply here to apologize. Now, to be clear, Twitter states that this is a rip off of an old Logan Paul apology. So she is not actually apologizing. She still thinks that there's something here to be garnered, some sort of attention for her perverse activity.
I got to say, this is very perverse. If a man had done that, just like Candace said, he would have been arrested. And one of the men actually said, well, she is covered. I'm like, are you crazy? The other men that said you need to go somewhere you don't have anything on, they had good sense. The one that said, well, she is covered. She's covered in paint. It's not actual clothing. And you can only imagine that her parts were very visible. You know how we're built. Oh my gosh. And she's young. She's Generation Z from the looks of it. And I don't know what's going on with our culture today. I really don't know what is going on. People are just sitting there thinking of things to do. She needs to be in school somewhere. Maybe she is, and she just does this on the side. But focus on your studies, sweetheart. Do not go around showing your body like this. And I agree. 1970s sparked chaos with all, it started in the 60s with the civil rights movement, and then, which is fine for civil rights. Of course, that's okay, even though it did not turn out well for African Americans because, the fatherless home thing was because of welfare that started in the 60s and has permeated up until today, 2024. But the whole thing with women's rights and then, gay rights, and everybody's fighting for their rights. And I noticed that people who fall into a so-called marginalized group always get a pass. Always get a pass. Never get punished for what they do. Oh, we're just afraid to punish the Black people, even though they do smash and grabs. Oh, we're just afraid to punish the females because they're walking around butt naked, but because they have paint on their bodies, it's supposed to be okay. Wrong is wrong. Right is right. Stop with the foolishness. If somebody Black does something wrong, if it's a Black female that is, I don't know, whatever, gay, and maybe she checks another box. If she does wrong, she needs to be held accountable, the appropriate amount of punishment. Don't underpunish and don't overpunish, the correct amount, because right is right. And that's why we have such a kooky society anyway. We're letting people get away with stuff that they should not be getting away with. Can you believe this?
Happened is that she should have been arrested for indecent exposure. But again, that didn't happen because men are supposed to just take it. I just want to say kudos to that guy for telling her to leave the gym. More and more of this is happening. Women are virtually showing up into male spaces half naked and then complaining that they're the victims. Why are you looking at me? I know I'm halfway naked. I'm just here to get a workout. My boobs are out and now I'm just painting my body blue and I'm getting close to you. What an absolute creep this woman is. She shouldn't even be around children, yet alone men. And then I saw this picture. And I've covered this woman extensively on my show. She's one of the great purveyors of modern feminism. Yes, Emily Ratajkowski. I don't know what she has done in society other than be naked, what her contribution has been, other than at the very same time on insisting on her nudity, writing a book and convincing us that men are looking at her, making her a sexual object. Yeah, she actually wrote a book and said that she has been objectified her entire life sexually. Poor Emily Ratajkowski. So anyways, I don't know where she was going the other evening, but I do want to show you this photo of her, a night on the town in New York City. It looks like her assistant is descending out of a black car with her. And this is what Emily Ratajkowski decided to wear. Now, if you're listening to this podcast and you don't see it, it is literally a black bra and underwear and a sheer top on top of it, completely sheer. She's completely naked. She's also wearing even a transparent heel. So I will ask the question in case you think I'm being unfair. Where is she going? Where is she going that you would say that this is an appropriate outfit to wear? I want you to actually get creative here. I played this game. I said to my producers, in what setting would you say, no, actually, this outfit is appropriate? I'm walking down the street wearing a bra and underwear, and this is totally fine because I'm headed to my sister's birthday.
Maybe the beach, but there's no beach near where she's going. That outfit is for your house. That is no other way to explain that. And this is what women are walking around in. And we see it all over social media. It's disgusting. Women, put some clothes on, okay? Really, seriously, because people can't even take you serious if you are just walking around naked. No one can take you serious. Put some clothes on. And then you want to know what I'm objectified. Men are staring. You have nothing on, sweetheart. That's why they are staring. Anybody would stare. Straight women would be like, do you see this heifer? She is literally with no clothes on, walking down the street. I wouldn't even feel comfortable. I would just feel like, so, oh my gosh, I cannot do this. Even if I lost the bet, I just couldn't do it. I don't care. That is disgusting.
Dinner, nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. This is perverted. And somehow in our heads and our minds, we've said, no, this is totally fine because she's a celebrity. And I guess celebrities are allowed to be perverted.
And just to show you how disgusting the world has become, I believe this is Kim Kardashian right here out in public. And it has some little prayer hands over her exposed breasts. Someone post, and this is Dr. Heather Joe Holistic Health. The devil is a snake in angel clothes. Between them doing public porn on a beach and her walking around outside naked for women and kids to see, and his ex Kim selling porn are reasons they are not welcome in our holy country. And this is in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Disgusting and sad, not godly. And this is from, Business Insider. Kanye West appears to confirm reports of launch of Yeezy porn. Our world has headed downhill like really, really fast. And if you are to go through and look at some of the pictures, this woman's butt is completely out. Like, why are you trying so hard to pull your dress down? If she didn't have her hand down there pulling it down, oh my goodness. Why didn't she just get someone to, first of all, put some clothes on before you leave the house? And secondly, you could have gotten someone to help you get that from the top shelf. Wow. And the post is, women, stop this. You're not fooling anyone but yourself. Stop wearing short and revealing clothes and then pull them down when in public. This is a sign of idiocy. And this trend of kukunama for attention is outdated. You can see from how the half-naked photos you post are ignored. Women sure are out here trying to get attention. Even in before my saved days, before Christ, I call it BC. I did not go out in public like this. I wore more revealing clothes because I was worldly, but not like this. No, sir, and no, ma'am. Tell me, what do you think is causing this? I think it's just the ratchet culture overall with Hollywood and the music industry. But leave me your comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. On my way to 50,000 subscribers. Really appreciate your help. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as I always say, march on, warriors.